Hey everybody, and welcome to another segment of AstrologyAnswers.com's weekly forecast. My name is Terence. The week begins on September the 23rd, 2024. The first several days there's going to be a lot of information that you'll be processing, curious about, decision making. But first, let's start with Monday with the moon in Gemini. That the moon sets the public tone. Gemini is ruled by the planet Mercury, the messenger god. So when the moon's in Gemini, you may do a lot of thinking and talking about your feelings, that's the moon, your home, that's the moon. Now, the moon goes from sign to sign every 2.5 days. By mid-afternoon, Pacific time, the moon will cross over expansive Jupiter. This is usually a time emotionally, the moon, where most people will be feeling much more optimistic, more generous. You may be really thinking about the future. You could be making educational plans. You might be making travel plans. These are all under the domain of Jupiter's influence. On Tuesday, the moon continues in inquisitive, talkative Gemini, but at 7:51 a.m. Pacific time, it moves into emotional, reflective Cancer. So the tone, with the public tone being in Gemini, there's all that curiosity and talking and learning and correspondence. When the moon once a month goes into Cancer, it's more retreating, it's more reflective, it's more of wanting to, where Gemini wants to go out all over the world. The qualities of the moon in Cancer is, I just want to stay close to home and family. But Mercury, throughout the day, communication, decision-making, Mercury will be trining the best flow of energy to futuristic, innovative, progressive Uranus. This is a very good day for thinking out of the box, for being more interested in technology. That's all that Uranus. But also this feeling of that you want more excitement, you want something more different, and you could be really thinking about your future and how to shake things up. On Wednesday, as the moon continues in nurturing emotional Cancer, in the first half of the day, Pacific time, Mercury, communication discerning Mercury, is in opposition to Neptune. Opposition is when you're interacting with others. And Neptune can be this foggy, confusing. Mercury to Neptune in conversations, there might be more prone to misunderstandings because of that nebulous Neptune energy. There might be where there's secrets that are being, impacted with communications. Just it's a difficult time to be really clear and focus on decision making. But as you get later in the day, for the rest of the day, Pacific time, now the Mercury, as it's pulling away from confusing Neptune, it's in the best flow of energy to Pluto. Pluto's the ruler of Scorpio. Pluto's the ruler of the underworld. The underworld can mean research, psychology. So it could be that for many of you, the first half of the day, you're getting information that it's not necessarily that you're being manipulated or lied to. Maybe information is confusing to you. What can I believe? So then as the Mercury is pulling away from the more foggy, unclear Neptune energy, now it's in the most favorable flow to Pluto. Mercury to Pluto could be now you want to get to the truth. You want to do the research. You want to discover what's real, what's truthful, and not. This is also really favorable for studying, for researching. Now, Mercury is also communications, and perhaps excellent with Pluto because of all this misunderstanding or confusion, a lot of it will be prone the first part of the day. The middle to the end of the day, that Mercury to Pluto, you're more open to have really profound conversations, to really reveal what's, the inner part of your life, the secrets of your life. On Thursday, the moon continues in nurturing emotional Cancer, but by 3:48 p.m. Pacific time, the moon goes into outgoing, dramatic, playful Leo for 2.5 days. When the moon's in Cancer, we're more inclined to just want to keep our thoughts to ourselves, do soul searching, or just stay at home. When the moon goes into Leo, Leo wants to party, wants to have fun. It's very dynamic, outgoing energies. And the moon, before it goes into Leo in the mid-afternoon Pacific time, the emotional moon will also be in harmony with progressive Uranus and inspirational Neptune. So as we're wrapping up the Cancer part of the day with the moon, you might be also coming up with new ideas. That's the Uranus. Be more inspired. That's the Neptune. And then this moon goes into Leo, and you're starting to just want to have more fun. Friday, there's no planetary events, but the moon is in Leo for the entire day. When the moon's not making any aspects, triggering planets, or when other planets are not triggering each other, it is a calmer day. And we're going into the weekend. And with that emotional moon in Leo, where there's no kind of hiccups and upsets and drama going on, you're just most of you will be in a really good mood and want to hang out, with Leo, go to parties, go dancing, go on vacation. On Saturday, the moon continues in outgoing Leo, but around 5-6 a.m. Pacific time, the moon will be in harmony with Jupiter. This is going to be similar on Monday when I said the moon was crossing over Jupiter. So those emotional needs of the moon is awakening everything Jupiter, teaching, learning, traveling, long-range optimistic plans. When the moon is in it's not crossing over Jupiter, but it's in a favorable aspect to Jupiter. You're also starting Saturday, early morning Pacific time. So for a lot of people, this might be later in the day where you're feeling more upbeat and optimistic. You want to go out, you want to have fun. How perfect it is for making plans for Saturday evening. On Sunday, the moon will leave Leo and go into work-oriented, service-oriented Virgo at 2:42 a.m. Pacific time. So those next 2.5 days with the moon in Virgo, the general public is more focused on getting the job done, maybe more focused on good hygiene, exercise, accomplishing your goals. And to support all of that, ambitious, assertive Mars for the day will be in harmony, called a trine, to taskmaster Saturn. Saturn gives the discipline to the Mars that wants to achieve its goals. So Mars-Saturn is also a really favorable day on Sunday to be building a project, as one example, or start to be really ambitious and motivated Mars to be making career plans. That's the Saturn. Really focus on working hard, coming up with a game plan to achieve your goals. I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you next week with my next segment. Until then, be safe. and well.